friends and family. My 4-minute speech is it's going to be called Racial Discrimination. Racial discrimination has been in this world as long as we have remembered. It's played out everywhere we see it. We see it in movies, out in public, and had even experienced it at least once in our lifetime. I chose this topic to inform my audience of racial discrimination that targeted minorities since the year 1619, and how today's racism is a form of modern-day slavery. Even though slavery ended and segregation outlawed in 1964, racism is still a problem many people face today. In my experience, I could say it doesn't feel too good to be targeted as a minority myself. I remember years ago as a little girl, around the age of 10 is when I wished that I could be white and pretty and wash the brown color off my skin. It's certain that I'm not the only one who had ever experienced being racially targeted. In fact, I'm certain you and many of your friends and family have experienced this at least once in your life. I can say growing up as a minority, I never paid much attention to what people said about me until one day I was encountered by a random woman who came up to me and asked me where I was from. I told her I was part Puerto Rican and half Salvadorian and born in Chicago, Illinois. The lady with a stunned look said to me, "You're too pretty to be Hispanic." I was left in shock. That left a great toll on me. Racism is an issue. Not only is it hurtful, but it takes a great toll on mental health. Depression, anxiety, and racial trauma are just few of the many examples that many minorities go through. Credited books, like from author Kekada Williams, gives an insight of stories of personal racial discrimination in her book called They Left Great Marks on Me. The testimonies within the book give insight into racial discrimination from slavery to Jim Crow laws. Victims and witnesses' testimonies from Georgia offer insight into the Black families' efforts to communicate to the committee their inability to defend themselves against white gangs. Kekada Williams tells of a testimony of a woman named Mary Brown, in which night riders operated under the auspices of civil authorities in a raid on her family in White County in May 1871. Men stormed into her family home and stated the purpose of being there, and that is to punish her for her temerity to participate in the legal system by offering testimony against white men. Joe Brown, her husband, protested, but members of the gang pulled him into the family's yard and whipped him with large cane poles. They then turned their attention to Mary, whom they stripped and whipped. She testified that they cut me all to pieces. It's claimed that they were punishing the Brown family for Mary Brown's husband for having sexual relationship with a white woman. Furthermore, Mary is just one of the many millions of slaves treated as animals going back into the 21st century. Given today's society, many continue to follow steps of past relatives in that era and would formally punish or cut off ties to members of their family or friends for having a white and black relationship. I say with these facts today's racial discrimination is a form of modern-day slavery. Furthermore, how do we change the past wrongdoings that continue today? Like the great American writer James Baldwin says, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced."